G'day. Today we're going to talk about making time and space in mind. So, in regard to communities, why are we all wanting to live differently? So many are wanting to move to a freer life, growing and having more time and space to build and create, to grow food and to live a more natural and abundant life. So with making time and space in mind, I'm going to talk about PTS in society. So I come across recently a YouTuber that was very vulnerable. She's been through an experience that related to a past but came up in her present as something she had to deal with, and it made her teary and shaky. Now, one thing we have to understand is that ptsd is really prevalent in society, quite often undiagnosed. I did read a few years earlier somewhere that it was by design, but and I want to look at society. So people are going off the handle at the slightest thing that's in their way. You know, they might go knock something, doesn't even hurt them, and they're like, oh, what the fuck, or for fuck's sake. You know, they have this emotional outburst, and it's their like first go-to. I think it's time with PTSD so prevalent in society that we need to get a grip. And if you're one of the people that say something like, what the fuck, or for fuck's sake, it's time to notice that if you're using that as a go-to, like, and pick one thing to work on and be aware of, because we really need to get a grip of society. You know, you don't need to put it's taken up your mind space. You're putting people, yourself and other people, through negative emotions, and it's totally unnecessary. No one seems to be able to bloody handle anything. So I think it's important. Honesty to yourself is important. And so I want to look at what stops people being honest. Is it the inability to be vulnerable? Do we give ourselves a bit of artistic license when it comes to truth? Maybe to make us look better? And for what purpose? If you're not being honest to yourself and to others. Does it stem from oversharing? That you overshare something and then someone might ask you a question that you're not prepared for, so you sort of get a bit offhand and say something that, you know, that's not really the truth, but you just don't want to really answer it. So, you know, it comes back to standing in your own power. You don't have to explain yourself to others if it's not their business. You don't have to make up answers to answer them. I think it's time to be honest with yourself. Give yourself some credibility. And it's an honourable place to start, especially when you're developing a moral code. So, for example, no star sign telling you what you are is going to help you reach your full potential. Only you can do that. So just because you read something doesn't mean that that's what you are. So I think we can work at little things to make more time and space in our own mind. And it sort of starts with being aware. And you need to hold your Holy Spirit in high honour. Be honest with yourself and avoid these traps. Like, I'm pretty passive. I think I've sort of bypassed this, but I just have seen so much recently. I really think it's something that we need to look at and address ourselves. That's about it for tonight. So I'll leave you with that. I'll catch up with you next time when I've got something to say. All right, take care, guys.